All right, observe. Right? Once more. Why does it do that? I don't know. Meanwhile, back at the gas tank, we have some poolage going on right here. I put a wet paper towel up here to kind of catch some action. We have some definite poolage going on under here, which is coming from over here. And that's bad. I dropped the tank a little bit, and I'm on the ground, so bear with me. We've got our return, we've got our supply, we've got our electrical, and on the other side we have our vents and our filler neck. I encountered when I tested the fittings just by hand. Seems to me that the supply fitting was loose. So hopefully that's all it is. I'm gonna get in there with the wrenches, tool of choice. The double end flare nut wrench set. All right, we have no leakage now. I fixed the leakage, but we're still getting the same behavior. So that wasn't the deal. I think I've discovered the culprit. If we look carefully at this fuel injector, I believe this one is firing and shooting fuel, injecting fuel, and I believe this one is not. So let's observe. I'm gonna put you right here. The left one is definitely firing. The right one is definitely not. This is a problem. All right, Ed, and a couple of things. I swapped the two fuel injectors to see if the behavior moved to the other side. It did not. This one stayed closed. It did not spray. Then I took a screwdriver and I kind of tapped it like this. It sprayed and then began to dribble, which tells me that the actual mechanism inside is not actuating correctly, which is what we tried to fix before, about a few weeks ago, but didn't get I guess we didn't do a good enough job because it's now stuck. But we've encountered the problem. I don't really know what else to do besides replace the fuel injectors. So if we take a look at this throttle body right here, these white things come off, and then inside they're connected to the fuel injectors. Each one of these has a fuel injector in it, and this one is not working, so we might as well replace both. It's like $67 on Amazon. So, okay, well, back in action. We've got two fuel injectors. As you can see, they contain the electrical connectors up there and the injector down at the bottom. So we need to get these two guys out and these two guys in. All right, I've got one out. There's a little handy dandy little notch right there, so it only goes in one way, which is good. That's helpful. Well, we've encountered some bad news. I can't get the connectors to get on. If you'll notice, these fuel injectors are oriented about 90 degrees different than the previous ones. And the fuel injector connector, the electrical connector, doesn't want to go down, doesn't want to seat on the connector because of these castings. If you look very closely, the casting has those four little nubbins. And those four little nubbins are stopping me from getting the injector or getting the connectors back on. So I don't know what to do. That's where we're at. Neither of them go on. And I checked the Amazon listing listed this vehicle, this engine type, 5.7 liter as compatible. So, all right. So it turns out these are not the same as these. So I had to order some new ones for double the price. Great. And see, it's a core part of me that doesn't want to continue working on the van unless I know that the engine runs good. And so I keep getting into this loop of ordering parts or waiting, doing a lot of waiting on parts, doing a lot of waiting on the weekend, doing a lot of waiting on time. And I'm never going to be done at this rate. So we have to keep working. So let's figure out what's next. All right, so the plan for the dashboard, this is the board that's going to be, this is where the steering wheel goes. And this is going to be the beginnings of the dashboard that goes right here. Goes around, and then we're going to have a piece that comes out, kind of like a command console for like a 18-wheeler, and that's where that other board's going to go diagonally. And we're going to put the air conditioning vents and the controls and the radio controls and the gauge cluster all in that board. In order to contend with the sheer volume of wires that's under here, we need to kind of bundle them up, and the way I'm going to do that is with these. These are drawer pulls for a drawer, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bolt them to the back of this board under here, and then we're gonna zip tie the wires to those. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 4. Let's see. All right, it's not masterful work, but it is complete. We've got and nobody's gonna see this anyway. So we've got our 3 bars. I only could fit 3. When we install this, we'll get all the wires together and get them on those rails. I got this in the car with me because when we go to school next, I need to cut this out more. This place where the steering wheel goes, that we need more room. We need more room. Well, usually the idea is that we learn something from these videos, and so, we learned about the fuel injectors. We learned that we learned that they don't come in all the same sizes and that they have different characteristics. And we're just gonna have to wait, and that's okay. I wanted to put a video out there, and so I know there's not a lot of resolution here, but oh well. I still want to put out output